customers lie? Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. We do this on a nightly basis. We get together, we have a little chat, either about principles, strategies, or tactics to help you take your business to the next level. Sometimes it's very personal, human stuff that affects everybody, and sometimes it's stuff that really has a lot to do with business. This is a little of both today, because in general, everybody lies to themselves, if to nobody else. And it's not intentional. It's not something we set out every morning to do, but it is something that happens, and it happens regularly. It happens so regularly that most of us are completely unconscious of it. So one of the conversations that we've had lately is we've talked about how you got to talk to your customers and you got to question them. You have to find out more about them. The ones that are good, the ones that are bad, so that you could start getting away from the ones that are less desirable and attracting more of the ones that you enjoy. You're going to see commonalities between those people out there that you have not become customers yet and the ones that you already have. And so what you want is the commonalities that are similar to good customers and not to bad customers. Doesn't mean they're bad, beyond just being undesirable customers. It doesn't make them bad people, okay? But there's desirable qualities that you want in a customer, and it may be very personal, but it's your business, so you got to figure it out. Whether you're a business owner or executive, you got to figure these things out. Or you got good things that people bring to the table, and they're good that you've decided on, and you have a right to be able to decide who to do business with. And so you got to be really careful, otherwise you make a miserable situation and you make a business that's doomed to fail if you attract the wrong type of people. Now, when you go out to start questioning them and start finding out more of what they want, as opposed to you trying to come up with a product and just kind of guess at it and spend a whole lot of money and put it out there and find out that nobody really wants this, or that nobody wants it based off of how you're marketing it to them. To find this stuff out, you've got to have conversations. But the one thing you have to know while having these conversations, that I don't like to say straight off the bat, because it's tough enough to get business owners to have the conversations to begin with. But once you start having the conversations, you got to start noticing something. People lie, and customers specifically lie. They'll lie. Most of the time it's not intentional. Most of the time, if you ask them what the major issue that they have with the product, they're gonna say what they think it is. Or if they have a major issue in life that they would be willing to spend money on to fix, they may tell you what they think it is, but you have to dig deeper. The way to get past the lie is you got to keep asking follow-up questions. What is it about this you don't like? How does that make a difference in your life? How does this being a different color affect you? What does it affect other people in your life? Does it, and you start digging, and you'll start to see that the real problems are a little more deeper. They're oftentimes they're both deeper and shallow. They're deeper on the level of they're being hidden. They're being hidden from that person even. Most of the time they don't know what the real answer is. So you've got to help them dig a little bit deeper. That's why surveys only show you so much. And then you start finding that there's a whole lot of these shallow issues that people have, meaning, I feel like it makes me look funny if I use this color, or I do there's all these shallow, but it's very human things. These are human issues, human status issues. Status is one of the most common issues that people end up having with using one product versus another, or using it in a certain way or in a certain color or with a certain flavor. And I'm not just talking products, I'm talking services too. It's the same thing, okay? People have hang-ups, and you've got to dig a little deeper to find the true meaning behind it. And then you'll find that that true meaning is common among a whole lot of people. See, you're looking for that gold down deep, but you got to sift. I don't know if you've ever panned for gold. or if you've ever gone to one of these places that can show you how they used to pan for gold. Well, you pull it up in the pan and you mix some water with it. It's just a little bit of the silt or whatever, and you've got to move it around and move it around. You got to get all the stuff out of the way that cannot possibly be gold, and you keep going and you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, and most of the time you're not going to find anything. And a lot of times the few things that you find isn't even really gold. It's fool's gold. It's the what do they call it, pyrite or whatever. And it's a big, long, painful process. But once you find that little flake of gold, that little tiny chunk, you do that over and over and over again, and it's worth its weight. In the long run, you have something that you can get no other way. And it comes through conversation. It comes through having a relationship with your customer. It comes from knowing them better than they know themselves. So that even when they say this surface excuse, this surface problem that they have, you actually can know immediately that probably comes back to this issue over here. And it takes a lot of digging in, and you become, in a sense, a psychiatrist. I know you're going, why would I want to do this if I'm selling dog food? Why do I want to do this if I'm selling whatever it is that you sell? Well, it all depends. Do you want to keep things exactly the way they are in your business, or do you want to know your customer so well that no one else can serve them as well as you can, that no one else can produce the items that you can produce or the services that you can produce, because they just don't know the customer as well as you? See, that's what you're really after. You're after market control. Market control happens when you produce something that they didn't even know they wanted. There's some real power to that. Hey, if you want more strategies to help you out with your business, go check out my book, 9 Ways to Amazon Proof Your Business. You can go and buy one, or you can get a free copy. AmazonProofBook.com. We'll be back here tomorrow night. Like I said, we go over these things on a nightly basis, so you come on back and we'll be here. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.